Another video, another project pantry. We are getting through it quite well, but I need to work on this harder. I am moving in about like 3-4 weeks and I need to move with as little as possible. So we've got a few things we're still trying to get through here and in the fridge and in the freezer. So we're working through it. And that's what the video is mostly going to be about, trying to get through what's in my cupboard. But I have been doing vegan food vlogs for a while now and we're starting yesterday because it was my annual spa day of my mum and sister. 4th year in a row we've been doing it. I just love to show it. I really recommend it. Nirvana Spa in Reading. I love the memories that come with it. So we're starting off yesterday. I don't eat at home once, but I wanted to keep the memories. Yeah, I've gotten the train to Winner's Triangle, which is like kind of near Reading. And then my sister is going to pick me up from here with my mum. That must be them. Oof. And I've already had a croissant earlier at the train station. Hiya. Oh. Wouldn't have been able to come 2020. I've only ever done once a year. No, but I can taste the light. Not stab as well. What curry was it? So with our package, we can either order 2 courses off of the menu, or we can go to the buffet and get from there, which is what we did last year. I really loved it, so I think we'll be doing that again, or at least I will. My sort of salad. I love chickpeas and sun-dried tomatoes and olives. Just keeps piling up, doesn't it? Yeah, I didn't expect that. I thought the guac would be chill. What else is in that bubble and squeak? The hummus is nice though. What a lovely day out. Just yeah, back at Winner's Triangle, heading back to London. So I'm out of coffee, which is actually a good thing because it means I can work on using up my Whole Earth organic no caff. I do quite like this when I fancy like coffee in the afternoon. Like if I want a coffee after 1 p.m, I don't like to drink caffeine because I won't sleep very well. So this is what I use that for, but obviously I don't use it enough because it is out of date, but we're gonna keep drinking it through. So yes, we are sticking to Project Pantry. I absolutely regret buying this big jar of olives because I do not have enough space on my shelf to like work around it. We have an empty. I've used up my organic Buckwood classic Canadian maple syrup. This is very nice, but I have other syrups to get through already, so no time to even mourn this one. Yummy. I'm out of olive oil, so we're using butter to grease the pan. This morning we're going to put to the test whether or not you can make an omelette without breaking a few eggs. I love a chickpea omelette, but I'm out of chickpea flour, and I recently got some eggs from plants. This is the new Just Egg, just launching in the UK imminently, and I believe it's going to be available on Ocado. I was at an event and I got a gifted carton, and I haven't tried it out yet, so let's go. I do not know if I did that the right way at all. Oops. Maybe there's a knack to it and I just don't have it. Looks good still. Yeah, I don't know if I could call this a successful omelette, but it definitely smells eggy. It looks good. Interesting. There's definitely something very eggy about it, but chickpea omelettes I have a better success rate with, but this isn't bad for a first attempt. Oh my god, definitely tastes eggier. That is weird. So I first went vegan when I was 14, which was a long time ago now. And the only recipe I knew how to make at that time was omelette. I actually feel like with a bit more practice, this would taste just like an omelette. I need to make it structurally a bit stronger. But yeah, if you miss eggs, you need to get this. I think it would taste so good in a like egg McMuffin sort of recipe too. Something weirdly juicy about it. Whereas like I think a chickpea omelette is a bit dry. I don't really shop on Ocado, but I might have to start buying this regularly. I don't know if I'd want this served at non-vegan restaurants. I think it would make me a bit nervous, if I'm honest. Like if a vegan place serves you this, you know everything's vegan and you don't feel that nervous. But if a non-vegan restaurant served me this, I'd be like, no, but are you sure it's not egg? Like I still think tofu scramble and chickpea omelettes are nice in their own right, but this definitely tastes eggier. Weird. Also, I'm gonna call it, they are so not gonna be able to have this labelling in the UK for much longer. Considering Oatly aren't allowed to use milk on their packaging at all, they're not even allowed to say post-milk generation. I don't think these guys will be able to get away with having eggs on their carton for long, especially if it ends up being rather successful over here. Off to get me nails done. So here I've got leftover butter beans, squash, carrots and tomatoes. And I also found these reduced the other day, the Happy Lion's Mane Mushrooms Meaty Chunks. So I'm gonna cook these, reheat these with it, put a little bit of pesto on top and have it with rocket too. Oh wow, that goes. Yeah, they look fine. Look at them. So I just put pesto in a bowl and watered it down. So these are meant to be kind of like meaty. These are one of those sort of like foods that came out this year, which was kind of like meaty, non-ultra processed vegan food. Yeah, juicy. Yeah, the pesto's nice on this. Yeah, I think I had half a butternut squash left in the last video, so this is what happened to it. I just put it on a roasting tray really. Yeah, I'm so awful for trying new vegan foods. I always wait until they're like yellow sticker section. Something in the freezer I've got to get through. Not all the little moons are vegan, but this one is. it's got the rainforest lights and everything on it. I normally prefer to buy like more like independent, greener, fair trade brand, but I'm just grateful. Before 7 a.m. I was able to find this in Tesco, and I was worried that the only thing they'd have when I got there was Nestle, and then I'd just have to walk home with nothing. So yeah, not bad. Yeah, sometimes the chicory doesn't hit and you just need the coffee. Breakfast, I'm gonna make a sausage egg roll. So trying this out in a new way. Not my first choice for oil, but this ran out of date a while ago, so let's try and finish this off before we go out and buy any more olive oil or anything. Project Pantry is about prioritizing using the stuff you have rather than what would taste the best. Okay, I don't think I know exactly what I'm doing with this egg, but like that fried egg wasn't as good as I'd hoped it'd be. Sorry, that bite was mostly sausage, but I think it just takes some getting used to. But yeah, I can tell why all the demos are scrambled egg, because I think that's where it's easiest to show it. I can taste the coconut oil. Still nice, still nice, still a bit of extra flavour, but I preferred it in the omelette yesterday. But yeah, if there are any Americans watching or anyone who's had a lot of experience with just egg, I'd love to hear your top tips. Friday mornings are normally just for me writing my newsletter, and thankfully it's a bit of like, everything's a bit quieter in some holidays in August. Like it feels like pretty much every industry everywhere kind of quietens down for August. It's not that nothing happens, but it generally is quite a month, which is good because I'm spending a lot of this morning stressed over whether or not I'm going to get My Chemical Romance tickets. So wish me luck. They are my absolute favourite band ever. I've seen them so many times already, so I feel a bit greedy wanting to go again, but they are just my favourites. I love them, love them, love them. I saw them so many times when I was young, and it is wild how much more expensive they are now, but yeah, wish me luck. Ta-da! It is really warm out there today. It's like high 20s, and within like the next 30 minutes to an hour, my room is going to get unbearably hot, so I've spent the morning doing my newsletter. Basically just a summary of all the green news stories you might have missed throughout the week. Stuff like Virgin on the cusp of getting trains to compete with the Eurostar, so like on the Eurotunnel in 2030, so updates on that. Like a little Lilo exchange they're starting at Luton Airport to try and like reduce Lilo waste when you go on holiday, like return scheme sort of thing going on. Elf Cosmetics and the rise in rage bait advertising. Big news on like Lucy and Yak, the body shop, just little things like that. So I'll leave a link down below if you want to sign up. It's free, it comes out every Friday unless I'm on like holiday or leave or something. And yeah, I really like it. I'm really proud of it, so I would recommend it, of course. And yeah, I'm just gonna make a little like pesto cold salad. Something light, healthy, summery, easy. Not gonna lie, as much as I love doing this in the park, I cannot wait for a month's time to have a garden. That would be so nice. Instead of a 40-minute walk to this, I can just walk out of my kitchen and I'll be in a garden, in the grass, in the sun. London stretching. Sorry, I don't know if I mentioned earlier, but I did get the My Chemical Romance tickets. I'm so excited. I think I got too excited earlier to say, but oh man, I didn't even get them. My friends did, but I paid them back, and God, I'm so red. Sorry, I've just been on a run and did much better than I thought. I ran to 3 Cheers Sweet Revenge, which I know it's not 3 Cheers for Sweet Reunion or anything. It's Black Parade, isn't it? They're touring with, but 3 Cheers is my favourite. And yeah, I did a lot better than I thought I would on that run, so I think I was really hyped by my chem. So for dinner, I'm making a bit of a stir fry. I've got some instant noodles. I don't want to buy a whole new packet, but I really wanted to make a stir fry. I had like the little mushroom protein to use. And then this hoisin sauce, which has been open in my fridge maybe a bit too long, but it smelled fine and it tasted fine. So I'm using that logic, guys. So if I don't feel well tomorrow, I made a bad decision. Hey. Okay, that looks really hot still. Yummy. So this morning we are going to do some juicing. So I've got plums, I've got beetroot, lemon, grapefruit, carrot, ginger. I'm going to try and throw in some of these bean sprouts just because there's a lot of them and they go off quite fast. And I think they'll be pretty neutral, but I'll give it a little go. And I've got orange too. Feels so rogue. Getting a bit of ginger. It's actually so good. Most weeks I get a veg box, so I love using my juicer when like the new veg box comes in and I take a look at what I haven't really used up in the last week. So it was like the plums I really need to start getting through today. Oh, I didn't even fill that up. Okay, and then these I'm gonna heat up a bit and have with granola. And I'm gonna put a bit of syrup on them, make them sweet. Oh, yummy. Yeah, considering yesterday was so nice, it's definitely a lot darker, greyer, cloudier today. So a little bit of warm fruit balances out quite nicely. So I'm about to go get my eyebrows done, so I'm gonna make a quick little bagel for lunch. Nothing too much, but enough to like tide me over. So this is just pickled red cabbage. It always ends up pushed to the back of my like section of the fridge. So I always forget I have it, but it goes so nicely with like avocado. It's just got that like pickly taste. Here we go. Yeah, I think I'm gonna log off now. I'll probably do another one of these videos very soon. Still got a lot to work through, but yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna quickly show you getting my brows done. I found somewhere nearby that's like eco-vegan that does brow laminations. And I've been searching for that for quite a while now, so I'm really happy to see that exists. So it's near Cambridge Heath Station and it's East London. Yeah, sorry, they always look really bold straight out. But that was so lovely. What a lovely little appointment. Really recommend. And yeah, these will look a bit more like normal and me tomorrow. But yeah. Here you go, these are the brows a few days later. Catch you next week. Bye.